today I'm going to film the 50 questions I've never answered tag, and I wanted to film this video because I haven't done a chatty video in a really long time. So I thought it would be a good way of getting back into the groove of talking to the camera. I got these questions from Gabriella Lindley's video. She posted maybe a few months ago, and I already filmed another tag video of hers, and I always seem to enjoy her tag videos, and I always want to film the same questions afterwards. I also wanted to film this video because many people I've watched who've filmed this tag video are from the UK, so you can see the difference in culture to the questions and how they've answered it compared to how I'm going to answer them. Let's get into the video. So I've got the question that answered on my phone, and I really hate when people they don't read out the question, they just leave it on the screen. So I'm going to read every question and reply to every question afterwards. What's your favorite candle scent? So I'm not really allowed to burn candles because it makes the ceilings black. So I actually do have a few candles, but I only burn them for a few minutes at a time, and I don't really buy that many candles. And so I thought I'd just answer like what my favorite perfumes are. I really like musky scents, so I don't really like fresh sweet scents. My favorite perfume is a present I got, and it's the La Femme Prada. It's a quite musky and strong scent. The second question, what female celebrity do you wish was your sister? I wanted to choose someone who is either inspirational or so that I could be proud of them, and I chose Demi Lovato. I think she would be a really good sister, and she would give very good advice about her past and also things she's gone through. So I chose her. Third question, what male celebrity do you wish was your brother? Originally thought I'd want Troye Sivan to be my brother, but then I decided to choose Ed Sheeran because if Ed Sheeran was my brother, I would be able to see his songs before everyone else could, and I would also be able to see his songbook. So that's why I wanted to choose him, so that I could be able to see more songs that he wrote. That was how I was thinking when I answered these questions. So the fourth question is, how old do you think you'll be when you get married? I would like to be married by 30 for sure, so maybe around 27, 28. Next question, do you know a hoarder? My dad is actually a hoarder. He always collects things which you might use for other things. For example, so sometimes he collects the plastic bottles, and he actually reuses them and makes them little greenhouses for plants to grow in. Next question, can you do the splits? If my life depended on it, I would still not be able to do the splits. I'm also not very flexible, so things like splits, cartwheels, and anything like that I'm not able to do. How old were you when you learned how to ride a bike? I actually never learned how to ride a bike, and it's something I really need to do. But in Malta it's not really safe to drive a bike. I actually know a person who came from abroad, and she told me that she tried to ride her bike from her home to university, but she decided that it was so unsafe that she ended up moving closer to university, so she didn't have to ride her bike. Yeah, it's that unsafe to ride a bike in Malta, and a lot of people lose their lives when they ride either bicycles or motor bicycles. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that. The eighth question is, how many oceans have you swam in? Well, let me answer the next question before I reply to that. How many countries have you been to? So I've only been to Malta, where I was born in, and also Sicily. So I've only swam in Malta, and around Malta there's only Mediterranean Sea, so I haven't swum in any oceans. Is anyone in your family in the army? My father's cousin's husband was in the British Navy. So now we're in the 11th question. What would you name your daughter if you had one? I've always said that if I had a daughter, I'd want to name her Daisy, and I have another name just in case my husband wouldn't like that. I also like Sophie. I really like names which sound cute, like Daisy, Sophie, Lily, and apparently names which end in E or Y at the end. Number 12. What would you name your son if you had one? For boys, I really like names which are in the Bible, so like Matthew, Luke, Mark, so like more conventional names for boys. What's the worst grade you got on a test? The worst grade I got was around 30 in math in primary school, and I'm pretty sure my parents weren't very happy about that. The 14th question. What was your favorite TV show when you were a child? I really enjoyed Rugrats, and I really liked also the Wild Thornberrys. And I don't know, I thought it was like a really cool show to watch. And I don't think it was, maybe it was more popular than I thought it was, but I think it was more low-key than other shows. What did you dress up as on Halloween when you were 8? This is one of those questions where I knew I would have a different answer to those people who filmed it in other countries. In Malta we don't really celebrate Halloween. I mean, the younger generations do now, but when I was young we didn't celebrate Halloween because Malta is a predominantly Christian country, so we didn't celebrate Halloween when we were younger. For example, people don't really decorate their houses, or they don't really decorate the front of their houses. But in Malta we do celebrate Carnival, which is like our own feast where we get to dress up as characters. It's not in October, we celebrate it in February. So yeah, I'm gonna say what I dressed as that when I was 8. When I was 8 for Carnival, I dressed up as the Little Red Riding Hood, and I remember having a red cape and red tights. The next question: have you read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Twilight series? I first started reading the Harry Potter series when I was 11. It was actually our school book, like our school literature book in Form 1. So yeah, I read that. I read them all after each other. And then I read Hunger Games and Twilight for around the same few years. Would you rather have an American accent or a British accent? I'm going to choose British accent. Did your mother go to college? No, she didn't. Are your grandparents still married? On one side of my family, both my grandparents have died, and on the other, only one, my grandmother, is alive, but they were all married before they died. Next question: do you know who Kermit the Frog is? Isn't he that cartoon character? Number 22. What's the first amusement park you've been to? The first amusement park I went to was Luna Park in Malta a few years ago, and I remember how terrified I was. Number 23. What language beside your native language would you like to be fluent in? I really want to be fluent in Italian and French, and I learned French when I was in secondary school, but I really don't remember anything. And I've learned Italian after secondary school, so I've been learning it on and off for a few years, but I'm not fluent in that either. So yeah, Italian and French. Do you spell the color as grey with an E or grey with a Y? I'm pretty sure that for like the British way is grey with an E, so that's how I spell it. Is your father bald? He isn't completely bald. He has hair around the perimeter of his head, but not in the center. Do you know any triplets? No, I don't. Do you prefer Titanic or The Notebook? So this is where my friend would gasp and tell me, you haven't watched Titanic yet. So obviously I prefer The Notebook because I haven't watched Titanic. Have you ever had Indian food? No, I haven't. What's the name of your favorite restaurant? I'm more of a coffee shop person than a restaurant person. Like, I like to go for tea, and I like cake and chocolate and hot chocolate and coffee. I love coffee. So I chose JD's, which is a small local coffee shop. Have you ever been to Olive Garden? This is only a British question, or if you have been to England, which I haven't, so no. What would your parents have named you if you were the opposite gender? I'm not sure about this, but my brother's name is Andrea, so I think if I wasn't a girl, maybe they would have named me that. If you have a nickname, what is it? Actually, I don't think I do have a nickname. Most people just call me either Nicole or Nick. I haven't really heard a lot of variations on my name. So who's your favorite person in the world? So I didn't want to pick from my parents because I don't think it would be fair on them. So let's just say my parents as a whole. Would you rather live in a rural area or in the suburbs? I'd really love to live in a city. Even though I live in a small village, which is really quiet, I always say that I'd love to live somewhere which is really busy, and whenever I'm in a busy place, like in Malta City or other busy villages, I always feel more motivated. So yeah, I want to live in the suburbs. Can you whistle? Yes, I can whistle, but not properly in tune. So let me try and whistle something. Do you sleep with a nightlight? No, but I can sleep with a light. Like whenever I had like live-ins with friends or whenever we went to Gozo, Other people have slept the night light and I was able to sleep perfectly. Do you eat breakfast every morning? Yes, I do, and I have the same breakfast every morning, but I do change the milk. Sometimes I have vanilla soya milk or chocolate soya milk. I really like dark chocolate soya milk, and I have the ones of Alpra soya. Do you take any pills or medication daily? No, I don't. What medical conditions do I have? I don't have any medical conditions. How many times have you been to the hospital? So I was born in hospital, so that counts as one. And also I went to hospital when I fell at school. I bumped my head into a door. We were running in PE and I think I tripped on my shoelaces and I bumped into a door. And then I was unconscious for a few minutes, or I think a bit more than a few minutes. Because when I remember waking up, it was like the lesson had passed, and I think we were still in the beginning of the lesson. So I think I was unconscious for quite a bit. But yeah, after I bumped my head and I was unconscious, I went to hospital, so 2 times. Have you ever seen Finding Nemo? Yes, I did. I'm pretty sure I watched it when I was younger. I might have watched it again afterwards. Where do you buy your jeans? I buy my jeans mostly either from New Look or from Boohoo, but New Look jeans tend to last more than Boohoo jeans. The material is usually better. What's the last compliment you got? Probably either makeup, like if I had an eyeshadow look and someone likes, maybe an outfit, I don't remember. Do you usually remember your dreams in the morning? Sometimes I can remember everything that happened in a dream, but sometimes I remember that I dreamt something, but I don't remember what I dreamt. Like that happened today. What flavor of tea do you enjoy? I like the normal herbal tea, and I'm not a really big fan of the sweet teas, like strawberry tea or like fruity teas. But I do like, for example, the spicy ones like wild apple. If it was a fruity tea, it has more of a cinnamony taste, and so it's like more spicy. The 47th question, how many pairs of shoes do you currently own? You spend most of your life in your shoes and in your bed. So why not treat yourself to your shoes and to your bed? What religion will you raise your children to practice? I'm a Catholic, and I don't think I've ever spoken about that in a video. So yeah, I would want to raise my children Catholic. How old were you when you found out that Santa wasn't real? I remember when I was around 8, I had stayed up all night and waited for Santa to come. I realized my parents were the ones putting in the presents. Yeah, so that was when I realized that Santa wasn't real. Now, the final question, number 50. Why do you have YouTube? Firstly, I love to watch videos. I watch a lot of YouTube. I think I watch more than the average person does. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make a YouTube channel. And I also had a YouTube channel before this one. I love to edit. I realized I like more editing than I actually like filming videos. And that's why I like to talk. And I like how filming videos has boosted up my confidence. Those are the 3 reasons why I film videos and why I have a YouTube channel. Those are the 50 questions I've never answered. Hope you enjoyed this video and thanks for watching. Bye.